can unmute yourself. Go ahead, Adandimbo.
Ezebineri gwagara na kunana. Chukwu okike ya kpogo. Ezebineri gwumu ga-agbakọ nata. Nna m anyị na-eme ibe isi anyị na-eme ya ka anyị nọ na-eme. Onweghị ibe ọzọ anyị bụ n'obi awụ njem nwere onwe. Ya ka anyị na-eji ijie. A wee na-asị gị eti Chineke biko bịa ka ị nọnyere anyị. Chụọrọ anyị ka a lawa ajọ mmadụ ọkachasị ndị sabo. Ndị si na Biafra ya abịa. Ndị na-anụ ọgụ niile ebe a na-anụ ka ha wee fụdatị na Biafra ya abịa si Chukwu biko ọgụ ahụgụ nwa ya nụrụ anyị ya. Gọzie anyị Chineke, gọzie ụmụ ife, gọzie ụmụ Biafra niile ebe ọnwụ na anyị niile anọ. Ezi Chineke, ma ana m akpọkwa gị n'isi awa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ Ọhamadike. Nọnyere m ihe, gbaala m ya ume, were dọkịta na-agwọ ya ọya. Chineke biko ọkwago ka anyị nwee onye ọzọ. Otu aka aka na-akpọkwa n'isi ọbata obie udu akọ mmiri na mbiko ihe niile ugoko ọdịnaka. Anyị eme nke anyị ji nwụrụ mmadụ ma agụ nwa ya eme nke iji wu Chukwu. Na m ana m asị aka ọnwụna ụdọ ọnwụna ezumezu ọnwụna osi n'enu osi n'ala ọwụ ikwu ọwụ ibu ọwụ onye ọzọkwa anya wụrụ ndị ji ọbata obi eji awa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ asị m aka ha gbajie. Asị tinyere ha ọgbaghara ebe ọnwụna ba nọ na tinyere ha ọgbaghara. Were ọgbaghara tinye n'etiti ha. Chineke pịaba m ụtalị mee ka ọkụ gbuo ha na-arụ. Mee ka ezumezu ha niile ha saa. Kpọpụtara ya awa dịda Maazị Nnamdị Kanụ n'ọbata obi ya. Na m otu a ka si welekwa awa COS wee tinye gị n'aka nna m ọkwago nwa wike yoo. Onye emekwe nke o ji wụrụ mmadụ n'ọkwago Chukwu na-eme. Nwa onye na-enye ike ajọ mmụọ ajọ mmadụ uke mmụọ uke mmadụ ebe ọsọkwa anya si onye ọsọkwa anya wụrụ ọsọkwa wụrụ mụnwa na-eche echiche ọjọọ megide ihe asụ Chineke megide onye ọbụla na-emegide COS ayo ise ọwụrụ mụnwa na-emegide ya emegide m ise onye ọsọkwa ya wụrụ ebe ọsọkwa ma na-agwụ ije ọ na-agba n'elu ọ na-agba ya n'ala ọ na-agba n'okwu n'ala ọ na-agba n'elu bed asụ Chukwu asụ megide ekwene ka ba binye nna m ọbịa onye ọsọ anya n'ihu emekọ na-ebele alịlị aka weluo mgbe niile ebighị maybe you go ya gora ya I like it in there. All right, thank you so much. Welcome, Biafrans. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. We thank God. Please mute yourself, everyone.
Ka anyị nọsị n'elu ihe na mbụ na mbugodi ihe nchọrọ ime ka Ngozi Orabueze mata bụ eziokwu ọgbata obi atụkwara nga terorizm CCS terorizm ị nwere idea ada ọgbata obi Simon Ekpa Finland tụrụ ya nga 6 years for terrorism. You nwere idea?
Okay, for the thing of Potago.
Mba ihe na-ekwu ihe dị na news ka m na-eme analyze.
Okay.
Because enwere ihe some people enwe idea. Ha just na-agba Finland tụrụ ya nga 6 years for terrorism. Ngozi Orabueze bụ chief of staff Simon Ekpa bụ the chief of terrorism. So Ngozi Orabueze nwere question to answer because ọma ihe mere Ọbatobi eji were mee terrorism. O so were support Ọbatobi na terrorism o mere. So ọ bụrụ ọmụnwa bụ lawyer, Ngozi Orabueze nwere question to answer.
Yes.
Because mgbe niile ahụ Simon Ekpa dey terrorize ebe niile ahụ ọ dị eme terrorism ahụ. Ngozi Orabueze
so ya.
Ihe o mere.
And onye nwa Ngozi Orabueze na-negotiate ihe that place maka chief of staff.
Chief of staff to Simon Ekpa who the terrorist atụrụ nga 6 years. Then Okechukwu Nkere alias Isaiah Anyaogu who the finance minister na-eweta ego Simon Ekpa ji terrorize ndị ọ na-terrorize. So which means I been a terrorism case. One person and her carry terrorism thing here like that. One person they make terrorism. One person they make in no begin no change no begin we get brave. One a street but we show them mad. I had to patrol way each but the plan terrorists they to a very a court. What is evidence from everywhere? The chief of staff will resort in all I am.
Yes.
So the court consider me invite.
Oh, consider me invite. Sure.
I'm going to invite. A phone number ya. I can for communication. Young one over to be at the plan. I saw the terrorists over to be at them. My results also not over to be only make terrorists. Okay, we are Chieko, Simon Ejiheko. Okay, we are able to take a terrorist. So before I just send the ego terrorism, Simon is a terrorist now. Oh, when Catania Simon para before I send the Simon ego the terrorist. And when both jobs also done Simon plan we need that. So Hane me konya Hane move. How if that is what goes around comes around.
Sure.
Simon Ekpa, I can make arrest one by one. They have questions to answer. Because that is how it works. When we put on profits now, and when the case is something they do, I got you know, I got you know, I'm going to Chinese pass release, but I got you know,
oh, good, yeah.
Gain him about this particular thing. Gain him about a phone, got to your phone. But communication even with that person must say when other people in our plan because so we is can carry on that terrorism man had to Simon Ekpa. So we are here watching them. In the multi-years on them, people Basara Ngozi Orabueze, also be literate or very educated, according to the information they here in a public data.
Good morning. Ụmụchukwu kabịa ma ndị eziokwu ndị ma na Biafra eri declare ya anya ndị kwere na United States of Biafra. Ana m asị unu good morning. Ana m ekele afọ mụrụ Biafra. Ana m ekele Aba President Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ana m ekele Ọbatobi Prime Minister United States of Biafra. Ana m asị Papa Monisa. Eji m ohere a na-ekele Victor Osise. Ji ohere a na-ekele Sonny Osise. Good morning, Victor. Chukwu gozie gị ụtụtụ ọma. Happy Independent Day in advance. Yes. We are very, very grateful. We are here to thank God. We are very, very grateful for all He has done for us, for all He has used Dr. Ngozi Orabueze to do for us. Ụmụnne m, ọ dịrọ easy. CJ, ndewo. CJ ugwu ụwa. Ndewo ezi nwanne m. Ndewo. ụmụnne unu kwesịrị ụlọ na gị na-eche esi ma sọ ọ bụghị Dr. Ngozi Orabueze gịnị ka anyị ga-eme? Ọ ya mere onye ọbụla jụrụ da woman onye ahụ ọ ga-adịrịrị ya na mma. Onye ọbụla kọjụrụ da woman onye ahụ ọ ga-adịrịrị ya na mma. Maka ewezuga ya, gịnị ka anyị ga-eme n'elu ụwa na ndị na-emegịnị na gịnị ka anyị ga-eme? Anyị ga-ajọsụ nnọọ. Unu ahụ na ndị ọjọọ na-asị na ozi onye ọbụla na-ebido n'isi. Just imagine. Ewezuga Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, gịnị ka anyị ga-eme? Ewezuga Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, ụmụnne, believe me, you no go see me on social media all the time. But all you want possibility to be possible. More usual. All you want the celebration I know today. All you want. Ijodo wega juju sigi. Chamaka jere, Chamaka jere, Chamaka jere. Snow when it nam B. Mbagra Finland. He destroy here not today and celebrate. Ijodo wegi masi Chamaka jere succeeded. He destroy here in mega. And they hang a me today. Ijodo wega juju. Ijodo wega juju. Ekwesịrị na isi nlekọta gị anọ m nọ na-ajụ onwe mmadụ si na si masị onye Chamaka jere sọsidiri uti ndị otu ya idestroy ihe anyị mere today. Arinze, ndewo, ndewo, good morning, Chukwu gozie ego, ụtụtụ ọma. Good morning. Gabon, wow. Hello to Gabon dị today. Gabon, ndị Igbo juru there. Well. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi Peter. Ndewo. In order we did do like this, Maso here succeeded. Believe me, Ima Chamaka wo empty drone. Mbonk mite, ne make noise. Wara, woro. Owo a strong man. Any strong man ọbụla a na-ekwu too much. No na-eme nọ n'ime ya. Then nwaanyị ka nwaanyị now. Always strong woman. She don't talk too much. She believe in action. Chamaka jere will empty drone. That's why he make noise. Ijodo wuga Jomasi ndị a succeeded to destroy this thing that fateful day. Gịnị ka anyị gara ime today? Otu mmụọ ji nwaanyị ka nwaanyị mee ihe o ji dị ebube. Nwaanyị ka nwaanyị eme ihe overshadow. Kpa ha akpara akpa. Nwoke ha nọ na-ebe akwa today. Unu ihe one woman kwuru sị na ọwụ nga oge Chukwu kere nọ. Na ọwụ nga ma mmadụ abụ nọ. Na-emeghe na gị ihu ha that day. Na unu ga-ama nnọọ na-etekiri ha na wee. Ezinne m ese ụtụtụ ọma, nne m ụtụtụ ọma, nne m daalụ. Nne, happy independent in advance. My family, we are doing very well. Chukwu gozie gị, ezinne m. Chukwu gozie gị. Ama mụ na n'ọnụ na-ajụ onwe na ajụjụ. I wish that these people succeed. Eleghị anyị gara ime today. M gaghị nọ here n'ụtụtụ a na-ekele nne m Esther, ezi nwaanyị. Every morning, ọ ga-atọ ọnọdụ up n'afọ ọma. Again, Masị Chamaka jere ji ego akpa ya gbaa flight ticket gawa Finland for the declaration. Were ego akpa ya ụgwọ họteelụ. Ọ gaghị ichewe echiche inwe plan B. Ọ mebie uche obi ya gara imezu. But surprise na owe ego Biafrans ịtụrụ ka o jiri gba ụgbọ gadia. Nri oriri eri ego ndị Biafra. Họteelụ ọ rahụrụ ahụ ego ndị Biafra. And enwere ndị na-ebe akwa, ndị na-ata afụfụ, na-eweta ego aha na-eti ihe eji were gbara ya flight ya gawa Finland for the creation ya ọga si na destroy ka o jiri gị ime na mpi. If you hear me no just succeed. Many things. Maso transport, maso ego akpa ya. Ọ ga succeed. bụ ka ahụ ego ndị mmadụ, afụfụ ndị mmadụ na-ata ka eji wee gbara ya ụgbọ. Ya oge gị idistụọ joy ndị mmadụ, ọ dịghị atọsị idi na ọwụghị ego akpụ ya, nne ori ga-eri ọwụghị ego ya, na họteelụ ọ rahụrụ ahụ ọwụghị ego ya, ị nọbụna gị chee ya si masị zara fed Chiamaka jere ka a na-akpọ vam 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 na masị ọhịa asọsị dịkwa na didi apụ na mpi. Gịnị ka anyị gara ime today? Ama m na-echekwa ihe m na-eche, ama m ntị ọ dịkwa. But one thing ndị a na-amaghị na ihe nwere onwe anyị a, onye ọbụla aka ya na-adịghị ọcha, onye ọbụla na-adịghị ji enu pụtaghala ihe ọbụla o mere ọ ga-efe elu. But onye ọbụla aka ya dị jenu, aka ya dị ọcha, pụtaghala dị jenu ihe ọbụla o mere ọ successful, ọ successful, ọ successful. Ụmụnne m, program today unu ma ha nọwo celebration time. Celebration time ka anyị nọ, celebration time ka anyị nọ. Ọ ga-awụ opening mic, a na-ejikwa ihe otu nwaanyị ka nwaanyị siri mee ọnụ achịwa anyị, ihe nke anyị celebrate today. Ọ ka uche unu dịrị ya, ọ ka uche unu dịrị ya, ọ ka uche unu dịrị ya. Ogbonna afa m efuna, afa m efuna, ụmụ m efuna, akụ m efuna, ego m efuna. Afa m Chukwu gozie gị. Afa m efuna, ike m efuna, nwa m efuna. Afa m Chukwu gozie gị, afa m Chukwu gozie gị. Ezigbo afa. Afa m efuna, akụ m efuna. Ịma mgbe m dị ntakịrị, mgbe m dị small, amaghị m the meaning of this afa. Believe me, ọzi mgbe m toziri na ugbu a ji ka m matazi the meaning of this afa. Ezigbo afa. And the document adọkabe mee ya ọ ga-adịrị anyị possible izi ịmata. Afa m efuna o, ike m efuna o, because my life dey for Jesus. 2, 4, 6, or 7 ka ọ kwesịrị ịdị 7. Then chigazie 2, chigazie 2 so that ikpe na-agba ama ndị mmụọ. Onye ọbụla bụ ihe ọjọọ bịa na platform a, this 7 seed of ose ọjị, mara na ose ọjị a na-aga ije ọjọọ. Sọ ka uche unu dịrị ya. Aga m akpụ ya n'ọnụ na-agwa unu okwu so that ka unu mara na ihe niile m na-agwa unu ya n'ọwa eziokwu. Chukwu goziere m unu. Biko na click the like button, ama click the like button. Ọ dị very very important, very very important. Click the like button. Enweghị ọ ya ewepụ gị n'arụ. Click the like button. So ekwesịrị anyị na-emekwa, anyị na-echekwa. Anọ m nọ dị na-abata nọ si ha anyị nọ na-celebrate today na-eme aṅụrị ya. N'ọkwa ihe Chiamaka ji edepụtakwa na-agwa anyị otu ọ chọrọ isi destroy ya. Na ha gara ha nwee plan B, nwee plan A. Si wasi ma sịkwa ndị asọsidi eleghị anyị gara ime today, eleghị anyị gara celebrate today. Ana m ekele Chukwu okike abịa ama, onye ji nwaanyị ka nwaanyị were mere anyị ihe a. Ana m asị papa na ekele na n'otito, ekele niile, nsọpụrụ niile, ọchịcha mma niile, nkwanye ugwu niile, ichisi niile buru nke gị, ma were na-ekele afọ mụrụ Biafra Chukwu okike abịa ma ji wee rụọ anyị ọrụ a. Ana m asị edi nne, ana m asị more wisdom n'ime ndụ gị na ezinụlọ gị. Chukwu ewere na-akụrụba chọọ gị mma. Ọ wụrụ akụrụba, Chukwu ewere na-akụrụba were ọmụmụ chọọ gị mma. Bekabịa were kwe n'elu handsome boy Chukwu ji were chọọ gị mma, your son. Nne m Chukwu gozie gị, Chukwu gozie gị. Ihe a dịka echi. Enweghị mmụọ onye iro gbara n'isi ike ga-emezu m. Enweghị echiche onye iro chere n'isi ike ga-emezu m. Asị m ka ha na-agba mgba, ka ha na-echiche n'isi gị, ha ga-eji ala wee zere mmiri n'ụtụtụ, ha ga-eji ala wee zere mmiri n'ehihie, ha ga-eji ala wee zere mmiri n'anyasị. Nne m, ihe i mere anyị, ihe i mere m, ama m ka m ga-esi were nye gị ekele. Papa na masị Chineke nọ n'ime eluigwe na ya gọziere m gị, ya gọziere m gị. Santos, ndewo. Eze birikwo, Eze birikwo, eze birikwo, eze n'iyi adị, eze n'iyi adị, eze n'iyi adị, eze ụtụtụ ọma, ụtụtụ ọma, ụtụtụ ọma, ụtụtụ ọma, ụtụtụ ọma. Ya wụ the special eze. Ụtụtụ ọma eze, Chukwu gozie gị ezi nwanne m. So chee na ya si masị onye ndị asọsị dikwara nụ. Eneghị anyị gara ime today. Eneghị anyị gara ime today. Eneghị anyị gara ime today. But Chukwu okike abịa emekwe ka ha succeed. Mmụọ ka mmụọ ekwe ka ha succeed. Because n'ime ihe anyị na-eme ndị mmadụ isi oriere isi ọtụtụ mmadụ, oriere isi ọtụtụ mmadụ. Ọ ya mere ha succeed. Chineke na-emebere today. Ọ ya ka anyị na-eselebreti. Ọ ya ka anyị na-eselebreti. Mana agụ ebe m na-adị ndụ, onye nwe m aga m ejere gị ozi. Onye nwe m ebe m na-adị ndụ, onye nwe m aga m anụrụ gị ọnụ. Onye nwe m, onye nwe m aga m ejere gị ozi. Onye nwe m, onye nwe m aga m anụrụ gị ọnụ. Onye nwe m ebe m na-adị ndụ, onye nwe m aga m ejere gị ozi. Onye nwe m, onye nwe m aga m anụrụ gị ọnụ. Onye nwe m ebe m na-adị ndụ, onye nwe m aga m ejere gị ozi. Onye nwe m. Akwụnanụ Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, onye mere ya today celebration ejuola anyị ọnụ. Enwere ndị binyere benefit we na ihe nwụrụ nwaanyị a. I swear to God, some people benefit were, but anyị amaghị. Ndị mmadụ ga-efiri n'ọwa egwuregwu. Some people have started benefiting from this nwụrụ nwaanyị a. M na-agwa gị eziokwu. Some people benefit wela. Some people benefit wela from it. Some people benefit wela. Some people benefit wela from it.
Okay, why are you still standing here? Let us just do it from here because they are not behaving. Where is the coat of arms? Okay, go, go, go. If you are not Briggy official, you do not have to stand here. Please go in and take a seat. We need to be. Thank you. Welcome. Please, if you are not Briggy official, go and take your seat. Please, Briggy officials, line up. Government officials, are you okay? Go sit. Yeah, yeah. And all their loved ones. The minute starts now. Hey. dead or alive, our leader has called upon all of us.
That's all. That rapture will take place. We tell you the big one. Europe. That's all. That rapture will take place. We tell you the big one. You know the look. But we must continue. He has set the path for us, and we are not relenting. We love him. Thank you once again for being here today. Once again, welcome everybody to Finland. My name is Ngozi Orabueze. I am the Biafran Republic. That's all. That rapture will take place. We tell you the big one. But we must continue. He has set the path for us, and
unu furu akwa nwokorobịa bere ọ dị form of akwa Isaac ibere ya a na-akpọ wụ mmadụ bere akwa anya mmiri ya pụta ya n'anya ọwụghị dị ihe nwaanyị a na-ebe crocodile tears fake cry ifuru ndị akwa ọ ya wọwọkwa Chukwu okike abịa ma anụ akwa si ha go ahead and do whatever you want to do. I am already successful. Oh, yeah, can I celebrate it today? Watch.
we are not relenting. We love him. Thank you once again for being here today. Once again, welcome everybody to Finland. My name is Ngozi Orabueze. I am the Biafran Republic Government in Exile representative in Europe, and also one of the hosts for this event. So thank you for coming to Finland, and we are going to make history.
We are going to make history. And when they believe we are going to make history. And finally, the history was made. We are going to make history. The history of today, we are celebrating it today. The history ha make. We are going to make history today. Imagine a man about a flight, go hotel, no feed there, you'll be destroyed this thing. Or they cannot succeed. He will never succeed. Mazi Emeka, they will also Mazi Uche, upright man. I love you so much. So much love. Also, we are here to make history. Get on.
Please join me to welcome the President of the Eritrean Council, Mr. Gebre Baudoury. Welcome, sir.
Story. What the vibes? Then bring helicopter come to my village and they drop bomb on my people. Yeah. Jet fight the pass from my village and bomb my people for all. Oh. and they came with their python.
Next on the list, we have this man I'm about to mention. He's a wonderful man, and he has done so much in making sure that our voice is heard in Washington, D.C. I am very proud of his works, and I am looking forward to more that will be coming from him. I am speaking of no other person but Mr. Elias Dinan Verasos. No, I just can't introduce that.
They kidnap and forget. They bring them to Nigeria. They put them for prison. Oh, hey.
Next on the list, we have Mr. Richard Gazel. Mr. Richard Gazel, are you here? Perhaps he hasn't joined us yet. So the next on the list, we have Shay Kavi. Tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. And the next on the list, we have Mr. Chin Chen Seong.
You understand? Josh.
What to vibes?
Next on the list, we have Mr. Joseph Wong. Are you here? Mr. Joseph Wong. Thank you very much. And
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Unahia. Unahia. Oh, mommy, Mudinya. Oh, say, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So pretty. Attractive to look at. To me, she is the most beautiful woman on earth. One you can one. They are no for she like then ya. Nye you guru ya. Eze nwanyị ke mụrụ Biafra adịghị ihe karịrị omume. Nne m ọma. Nne Chinyere ndewo. Ndewo ụtụtụ ọma Chukwu gozie gị. Divine ndewo ụtụtụ ọma Chukwu gozie gị. Geenụ m ọmị m ntị. Ezinne.
I know you all hold him so dear.
Obewele.
And for Finland to do what they did to us today, we will never forget. So, on that note, I welcome everyone here today. I welcome all the Brigade Cabinet members. I welcome all the liaison officers, the reps. I welcome all the de facto administrators that are here with us today. I welcome all the help, all the international lawyers that are here today. We thank you. We thank you so much. Asana mbelede nyiri dike mana mbelede ka eji amadike.
Hey! Enwere ndị na-amaghị datin o kwuru. Enwere ndị na-amaghị inudu ahụ ọ tụrụ di ya. Believe me. Enwere ndị na-amaghị inudu ahụ ọ tụrụ. Enwere ndị na-ama ya. Mberede nyere dike. Mberede ka eji ama dike. Very strong word. Very strong word. All the form of ofo ihunum ji. Here ofo, eji mo ofo. Touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Eji me editlo ndị iro. Ọ ga-adị ị ga na-ahụ ya anya nnọọ n'ọhịa. They play. Gị rụ ka ịfụnanya, gị nwa m ịfụnanya. Anya nwakwara m oo. Unu nwa m. Sorry wafa gị. Geenụ ntị ma ọ mi lion. Ị na-anụ ya? Geenụ ntị.
And our Prime Minister has always told us to be ready for a day like this. That is going to come. We thank all our foot soldiers in our Biafra territory, protecting our...
Chai, if Otto shake ego those useless boys, they poison. Ochema those boys na ha wo mmadụ. Oya moji no on international na ekele ha. Unu furu. Inu Otto si wuro bia. Oju obia no na ekele those boys. Omo na those boys wo ndị iberibe. Believe me. Good morning, one minute. They will. Believe me, Ihoto she cannot those boys. Let those boys disappoint us. Disappoint Ikunna. But today, if we can hash it in that, because of Amadi here. Genu nne m ntị. Nwaanyị ka nwaanyị ọma m jem ọnụ.
Land, safeguarding the lives of our women and children, making Biafra a safe place. One of the safest places you have in Nigeria today is Biafra land. So we thank them. I just want to use this opportunity to once again recognize our leader. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dị Ọhamadike afọ ndị Igbo.
Struggle autopilot until they come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we know before. Put Charlie for call.
Ọhamadike is today being held by the Nigeria DSS. And they think that if they take away Ọhamadike, there'll be nothing like Biafra, right? Ọhamadike, he told them, you all have held me for 4 years. What will the 5th year do for me? Because of him, and because of our Prime Minister, and because of the heroes and heroines of Biafra, we are doing what we are doing today. And nobody can stop us. On that note, I just want to welcome everyone here and let you know behind the scene, there have been the brigade cabinet officials that will be working behind the scene day and night to make sure that we are all going home en masse in 2025.
Believe me, I'm getting that this year. Maso who those boys get Wuroka, but egeriwe chom ha rie poison because of amaghị ihe. Believe me, anyị gara ịla this year with 2025. Also ogo oke akpịrị, those boys ha ga-eriwe poison. Afọ asawa ha, ama mma ha survive with the poison. Also those boys, oge kere agwa ha change the number gị. Before no it have the moment meeting with Musa. Musa, but I have been meeting with many of their commandants. Master, oh yeah, for don't go today. But those boys, useless boys. If you are useless, had it today. If you are useless, and they want to rubbish what we have suffered for. They think more rubbish here. Oh yeah, kahana magi. Today now where are they? Or we magi the boys. You don't know them. You don't know them. Ima the boy who's na ejikwa ikpu na akwa position. Ima the boy who na ọsị na hope so ga-azụrụ ya Igbo. Ọsị ya na ọ chọghị ịṅụ Igbo hope ụzụrụ. Ịmaghị the boy ka ekwuru si na nwaanyị ka nwaanyị na ọ chọrọ ebe celebrate with Tinubu. Ima so many of them ebe ka ha nọ today. Ka ịtaga chicken. Ka ebe na-aṅụ iyi. All those boys disappointed anyị. Ọ ya mere today ala ji ha. Ebe ka ha nọ today. Ndị dị ajụjụ ịjụga ihe ka nwanne na dị ka ekwensu chọrọ iyuzu gị na platform a. Chikwe na platform a pụọ ebe ka ibe ịjụ m ajụjụ. Nna gwa gị na the boys useless boys enwe onye mana ha useless boys ọzọ ka pawa prime minister Simon Ekpa na-anọ ya ka ha gosiri ha useless ha dị. Gị na-eme di gị self. Respect kwa yourself. Ma so ihe m ga-eshi nga no just no were ihe m ji diri ke na ebube kwụọ gị n'isi na this m ga-eme ka m ji ya na ọkwụgbuo gị immediately. Enweta m so ya this pum were ya kwụgbuo gị gị nwụọ. Were ya pịa gị n'isi nọ m ga-eme creation nọ na ịdara immediately. Ịbara eju m ajụjụ iberibe. Ọ ga-eme ka you hear. Women is here make you ekwu because you know so now. You know so you no go try am. You know so you no go try am. Mwa. You know so you no go try am. Gị mara ka gị hụ ka iwe si ewe m. Ị ga-ajụ sọ gịnị. Gị nọ nso you no go fit try am. Gị nọ nso the women don so do like this. Ndị don so pum. Wodi ya make sure no na m ji anana gị ndụ gị n'ike.
Travel from all over the world, every part of the world. You will see one Biafra here that's come from that part of the world. And we thank you so much. And on this note, if everyone except the media could sit, and I would love all the Brigade Cabinet officials to please stand up wherever you are sitting. Please. Please. Biafrans, these are the people that have been making things happen behind the scene. The names are so many, and because we are already running out of time, we're not going to be able to name them individually, but please take your time. If you see any of these individuals, please thank them for us. They are why we are here today.
Unu furu that thing na guzoro.
I want to also use this opportunity to let us all know there'll be few slight changes in our schedule today from the agenda we have, and we would like everyone to really work with us based on existing information we have. And on that note, I thank you all so much. Welcome, Biafrans, to Finland.
Unukoshi saw that language, yeah. Unukoshi saw the language. And we also she saw the language here. Only when a sense, only when understand.
Thank you.
We call on Honorable Dr. Iman Wabeze to the podium for breaking of kola nut. Honorable Wabeze, are you here?
The Lord is holy. The Lord is good. The Lord is one. Praise be the name of the Lord. Because he has visited us, Biafra, and redeemed us, Biafra. I've been timed. 5 minutes. It's not enough for me. But because of the circumstances, I'm going to comply.
Greetings, Biafrans.
Criminal.
And friends of Biafra. Somehow I'm trying to get back myself. So if my voice is not good, please, I apologize. Because when I heard the voice of our Onyendu, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, I was down. Then, when Honorable Uche was talking about the person who made it possible for us to be here, Obatobie, I was crying there. So,
Onyoshi.
Still trying to get back myself. But we must continue.
Onyoshi, ezigbo onyoshi. Ezigbo onyoshi. This guy, oh, a bad guy. Ezigbo onyoshi. Oh, a bad guy.
That's why we are here. And Biafra is here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to this beautiful venue in Lati. My name is Emmanuel Maduabom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the wonderful people and the government of Finland. I don't know about you, I feel at home each time I visit Finland. And this very visit is already feeling that way. Today marks a historic moment in the relationship between the people of Finland and the people of
Umunnem. onye a the old criminal, old guy man, ezigbo onye oshi, onye unu fụrụ, ezigbo onye oshi. Onye nwa nyere Ogechukwu aka, onye nwa nyere Ogechukwu nkere oge aka aha. Onye nwa nyere Ogechukwu nkere oge aka aha, ezigbo onye oshi. Ịfụnanị ya anụ. Akwụnụ hụrụ otu ụwa dị, ndị ọjọọ, ebee ka ha nọ today? After all these things, ebee ka ha nọ today? Ebee ka ha nọ today? Ebee ka ha nọ today? Ụwa jọgburu onwe ya. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọ na-eme ya ọkwụwa aka ya ọtọ. Imagine old man like this. Old man like this. Onye bịara ibi destroy afụfụ mmadụ ibi ya tara. Old man like this. George Chetan, unu hụ onye a, unu cheta that kind of eye our prime minister nọ na-edeghi ya that time ahụ. Unu cheta the kind of eye our prime minister nọ na-edeghi ya. Gị jụọ ajụjụ, gịnị mere our prime minister ji na-edeghe this old man like this, that kind of eye? Eneghi ya anya na-eji ende ụmụazị. If how old the man dị, but that man no wave. So just know we go no age ya, reason ya, ịdị anya ha our prime minister nọ na-edeghi ya that day. Onye ka ị ga-eji amata. A destroyer, dream killer. Ngwara gị masọ bụ nwaanyị ka nwaanyị. This old man, amami ha gara ime today o. Ma ọ na-eme ya ọbịazi nọ ga-emepe ọsọ wụ CRC. Their own cabal ha mepere. CRC. Jụọ m CRC ahụ ebe ka ọ nọ today. Then ndị CRC ahụ, enebu na-edike na ihu na onebu na-celebrate na own independent. Amụmba ha na-celebrate ka anyị nọkwa na-eche ha. Anyị ga-achị ha ọchị. Once anyị celebrate our own na Saturday, then anyị ga-achị ha ọchị. Ụmụnne m na-ahụ na anyị dị ike dịrị ebube. USB. Chukwu ji ya chụọ anyị mma. We are going, believe me, this year, this must all these useless boys. Also, all these useless boys. They hearing them no, maybe shichara anyị because of amaghị ihe ha. How would amaghị ihe ha iberibe ha no? If not, we for know where we dey today. If we know where we dey today, anyị chema the boys nọ with us. Anyị ma na ndị a nọ with the Nigerian government. Buru ego, ebi ihe ego, ha betray ya. They have feeling na ha ya adị ndụ rie ego. Ọ dịghị possible those boys na ịdị betray you na ha betray you. Ha dị ndụ rie ego ahụ, ha ga-adịrịrị ndụ. Ọnwụ ihe ga-akpọ ha ihu. The pain these boys kọsụrụ anyị, ọnwụ ga-akpọ ha ihu. Believe me. Afụfụ niile a mmadụ tachara. Ịfụnanụ ka Chiamaka jere, a useless boy. Chiamaka jere, very useless person. Mma abịa na ụmụnne m.
Sorry, not the DJ.
She said she arrived the venue yesterday with the passport, but misplaced it. Thank you. At this point, we call on the Director General of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to introduce the Eritrean president. Director General.
Name is Honorable Dr. Joy Irobi.
Joint force, we are able to stand for the freedom of our people. So without not taking so much time, I would like to invite the Eritrean president to come up and really talk to us so that you will all also be encouraged to know that we are not alone. And that in an alliance where there are joint forces, victory is for the people. Without taking much time, I would like to invite you. Please come.
And President of the Eritrean government in exile. I'm here to show solidarity, to support the Biafran movement for independence. And since I joined and accepted your fight for freedom, we have decided to work closely to achieve our common goal.
Struggle autopilot until they come out.
Pause, my Prime Minister. I'm here again on the day 2 of our journey. And
Just nenu ka oge Chukwu kere dị here. Nenu ka oge Chukwu kere dị here. Nenu ka ọ dị here. Ka onye agụrụ, ezigbo onye agụrụ. Lenu ya anya. Ezigbo onye agụrụ. Ifu ndị dị suit oyi, suit akwara akwa.
we have been going to Washington, D.C. lately, meeting with Congress, and we are opportune to meet with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
And if you don't know, Mike Johnson is the number 3 ranking most powerful person on
Njemiso number 2. Njemiso number 2 or the number 3 is?
earth. After the president, you have the vice president, then the Speaker of the House. And we have met with a lot of Congress men and women. And we have somebody who make that happen. That is the Jim Mora firm. We have our lobbyist here with us, Elias. I call him my friend, and I call him my brother. So we have been in this journey together. Please welcome Elias. Elias, we're doing a really great job. Thank you. Take the stage.
Thank you. Thank you for that very generous introduction from the Minister of Finance.
No other person than Honorable Bridget Wajay. Please come up to the stage. Thank you.
All hail Biafra. All must hail Biafra. Please, let's all our brothers and sisters all over the world hear your voice. All must hail Biafra.
That is better. Our consultant, Alea, said, where US goes, the whole world follow. And he has guaranteed us Biafra. All hail Biafra. My name is Bridget Nwaje, and I am the Director of Businesses and Investment for Biafran government. And I am here as the chair of the business team. And so I'd like to welcome all of you, every one of you that is here. You have made history, all of you. You have made history for your family, all of you. You have made history for your village, all of you. You have made history for our homeland, all of you. Even those that are in the bush protecting us from going there, you have made history for them.
Good day, Michael.
Good day.
How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being will say. But I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, to thank you for standing up for Biafra. Please continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from Finnish prison.
Thank you. Who? Oh, this one? Okay. So, Michael, we have a young man who wants to speak to you from the perspective of the youth of Biafra.
Thank you.
Hello, Michael. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, thank you so much.
That's good. So my name is Chimuchem Anyomre. My family have brought me out here today to understand about this fight for Biafra and this freedom. And my question is there any way or any advice that you can give to us to be able to, influence the other young students or young people who want to try and at least contribute or try and help out spreading the word and trying to get a lot of people to get involved with this freedom for our Biafra and everything?
Yes, my advice is always write, and write. But don't write simply for the Biafran community. You're writing for people who already agree with you. You want to write specifically for non-Biafrans. You want to write for people that disagree with you. You never want to look at someone as your enemy, but rather as someone who is wrong and needs to be convinced to be right. And if you push them into a corner, it's natural human nature that they're going to dig in their heels. But if they are, if it's not a personalized discussion, but rather a discussion of facts, then they can save face when they switch sides and understand that freedom and liberty for Biafra matter. So write for university newspapers, write for school newspapers, write for local newspapers, and write for national news outlets. What I would always say, again, as a writer, and this is something that I've always scratched my head about. You can see I've scratched all my hair off. The fact of the matter is that people will say, not on the Biafra issue, but on other issues, I wrote a letter to the New York Times and they refused to publish it. So I'm emailing it around and the letter is 2,000 words long. Wow. But New York Times letters are only 125 words. It's not that the New York Times disagreed with Biafra. It's that the letter didn't fit the format. So my advice as someone who's published more than 4,000 op-eds, articles, book chapters, and so forth, is you always look at the other letters, articles, and so forth that are published, and you copy the style precisely. No one is going to make an exception for you. So once you get the system, it's actually easy to get published. Editors need a lot of material. I would also say, and I say this, one of my jobs is as an editor. Editors can be very lazy people. if I have two pieces that come in and one is already perfectly edited and only takes me 5 minutes to go through, and the other one is a mess and takes me 2 hours to work on, I'm going to go on the one that takes me 5 minutes.
Okay.
And so it's important that the editor's job isn't to make it publishable, it's the writer's job. But you guys have the content. You guys have the facts on your side.
Right.
It's just a matter of figuring out how to get them to the public.
Okay.
And for that, I commend your energy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless everyone. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Michael, for your support. My question is, why do you think the West, who always clamor for human rights, prefer to partner with these repressive regimes in Africa at the expense of human life?
Need a hand in presenting and sharing your PowerPoint? Hi.
You know, it's a great question. And it's something that's frustrated me in other contexts. First of all, there's two types of it. Let me put it this way. When George Shultz was the United States Secretary of State under Ronald Reagan, whenever a new U.S. ambassador would be nominated to go to a different country, George Shultz always invited him into his office on the 7th floor of the State Department, and he had a big globe there. And he would tell the ambassador nominee, show me your country. And God forbid if that ambassador pointed to Gabon or Senegal or Somalia or Kenya, George Shultz would say, no, never forget that your country is the United States of America. The point of this is that some ambassadors believe that they are successful if they have good relations with the country to which they are sent. But that's not the job of the ambassador to be liked by the president, the prime minister, or the dictator. It's the job of the president to advocate for United States national interests. And I would argue that United States national interests are at their strongest when they are backed by liberty and moral clarity. So rather than have an ambassador who simply wants to have good personal relations with an undemocratic leader and therefore endorses undemocratic things or ignores real problems, it's essential that we stand with moral clarity, even if it makes for an uncomfortable meeting. This is why personally, and I wrote about it at the time, I was so disappointed when Secretary of State Antony Blinken, a man who based his legitimacy at his Senate confirmation on the fact that his father-in-law was a Holocaust survivor, when he ignored and took, when he sat with Muhammadu Buhari and when he took Nigeria off the religious freedom watch list. You know, politicians and diplomats don't like to be criticized. And when you see such hypocrisy, if you write about it, and I'm going to the previous question now, that is something which they will notice. They may not want to admit that they are making a mistake, but they will read the criticism and hopefully not make the same mistake twice. So part of the problem is the culture of the American State Department and frankly, the British Foreign Office and so forth. But part of the problem is that the Biafrans need their voice to be amplified far beyond the borders of Biafra and far beyond the confines of the communities within the diaspora.
Thank you, Michael. No. Last question.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. I have two questions for you.
Okay.
Yes. Can you please promise the Biafran people that you will keep exposing the Nigerian government and keep exposing the atrocity, and you do the best you can to write up more, whatever you can to speed up the release of our leader, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, which I call my boss. I came across one of your tweets. That was really good. We appreciate you. Please promise the Biafran people that you will keep helping us in fighting our cause. We look up to you, and we believe that you know what we are fighting for, and we really appreciate you. And can Biafran people hear from you? If we hold you accountable with your word that you will always be with us?
Yes. The short answer is yes. The longer answer is the American Enterprise Institute is a nonprofit. I am given the authority to write about whatever I want. There is no pay to play. I am not a lobbyist. I accept no money for my writing. I write based on the principle of what I see, with an effort driven only by me to pursue and to try to change American policy to what I believe would be more just. And therefore, when it comes to me, you don't need to worry about any contract running out or anything like that. That's not why I'm involved. And again, I will never accept any money from a Nigerian. I will never accept any money from a Biafran. I will never accept any money from a lobbyist. I'm doing this because it's right, and therefore I will continue to do it. It's a publisher perish world for an academic, and I'm hooked on the Biafran cause.
Thank you very much. One more again, Congressman Jim Moran, which I know you know, and he's our lobby, and we actually have an alliance here with us as well. Can you as well promise Biafrans that you will work closely, I know, with your what you're doing, and Congressman Moran and alliance, they'll be doing a good job, that you work closely with them as well to bring justice for Biafran people. Thank you.
If I may just say, I've testified in Congress before Jim Moran when he was in Congress, and the congressman and I disagree on everything. It wasn't a pleasant hearing for me, and it may not have been a pleasant hearing for him. But sometimes principle unites. And whatever disagreements we may have on other issues, they don't extend to Biafra. And it's a pleasure to work with allies wherever one can find them on any side of the aisle. Biafra should not be a partisan cause in the United States. It should be a cause of principle. And therefore, I know that we will continue to work towards a common goal when it comes to justice and freedom and liberty for Biafra. I commend Jim Moran for what he's been doing, because partisanship doesn't come into play with it.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Robin, thank you very much for your commitment in putting the truth out there to the public. On behalf of the Prime Minister, as the government representative in Europe, and I also live in Finland here, in your own words, what would you tell the Finnish authorities right now in regards to the allegations of incitement by our Honorable Prime Minister?
Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status. I should note that this isn't just a Nigeria-Finland issue. When there was an argument, when there was an effort for Finland and Sweden to join NATO, Turkey tried to blackmail both, but mostly Sweden, in order to betray Kurds, and Kurdish dissidents and Kurdish free speech in Sweden, in order to get Recep Tayyip Erdogan to drop his objection to Sweden's accession to NATO. And in the end, Sweden betrayed its principles, and Recep Tayyip Erdogan, while he allowed Sweden and NATO, gratuitously humiliated Sweden. Finland should not allow itself to be gratuitously humiliated by a country that violates religious freedom, by a country that violates democracy, by a country that has been guilty of genocide. Finland must be better, and they must recognize that they should not be an arm of transnational repression.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robin.
Okay.
This concludes our session. Thank you.
Thank you.
ụmụnne m dị nkirikwa na onye chibata ya ọbata bịa ikwu okwu Chimdi Ebube dị Ngozi Chimdi Ebube dị Ngozi ndewo Ben Chika ndewo dị nkirikwa na onye chọrọ ịbatakwa okwu ya ọbata onye chibata bụ ikwu okwu ya ọbata dị nki nọ dị a dịkwe dị nki ka unu rụgo ọrụ unu n'ọrụ dịkwenụ dị nki nọ dị a onye chibata bụ ikwu okwu ofu onye a na-anụ ụda egbe onye chibata bụ ikwu okwu ya ọbata ihe awụ ụbọchị ọṅụ ka anyị nọ here ụbọchị ọṅụ ka anyị nọ here unu mama na ọwụ ụbọchị ọṅụ ka anyị nọ here ụbọchị ọṅụ ka anyị nọ here so the link nọ there onye chibata ya ọbata come and say Google. Come and say what you want to say. The link in there, Ibia, the Kuoku. The link in there, the Kuoku. And then here in a Kuene from this our celebration. This our independence. From there, here to our government in Mena Ganiru. You have the right to come and say it. The government is watching. The government is watching. The government is watching. So come and say your mind. Come and say Google. Come and say what you want to say. The link in there. Be batabi okuoku. Be batabi okuoku. Olee ihe ị chọrọ ikwu, olee ihe ahụ ị chọrọ ikwu, gọọmenti ya nụ ya. Come and say it. The link nọ there. Come and say it. Gị na watch ya ma click the like button. Biko tụwa ahụ ka click the like button, very important. Gị share yikwa. Ama m otu a na-awụ oke nkọrọ m ọnụ. Some people na-like ya. Some people are like here. I got to come near Kubune Ghana Gawani and Nimohe. On the here week of Independent Day, because I have a good one shower. Use you can one and one heck at this on one you know Europe, you don't have here. You know this in them. You know Europe is not dig it safe. Would you go out in Africa, do what is safe? Ba ka ị ga-eji amara na ụrata ekwuola unu ma ụrata onye nọ France n'ụjọ na-atụ ya gụwa anọzi Europe gụwa anọzi Afrịka ọzi gị chọzi ime ọhịa gbabazie ibu ime ọhịa ụwa ga-echedi gị sef maka ndị terọrist nọ n'ime ọhịa ha nọ n'okporo ụzọ enwe ebe ha na-anọghị onye nọ France no na-atụzi egwu nsogbu dị ya mmụọ na-achụ ya ahịa aha beta ọmaghị shadi ya sef na-atụ ya egwu ọnwụ shadi obi amapụ ya tabụ na aka ya dị ụcha aka ya dị ụcha ana m abịa na achọ m iwetara unu ya aka ihe njikwa na-aga ihe ahụ independent in advance ka anyị nọ USB power to the people afọ mụrụ Biafra, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Ana m ekele gị. Ana m ekele gị. Ana m ekele gị. Unu afụna ha. Oh! Many of the people nọ na here ha nọzi break now today. To show you how the world is. Ndị ọjọọ. Ndị mmadụ jọrọ njọ. Ndị mmadụ jọrọ njọ jọrọ njọ ọjọọ.
Which name pen?
But it is the incidents from God. Incident from God. I'm coming here by using Romans chapter 1, verse 5. We had to, everything we are not good and we lack of wisdom, we should call upon God. And God will give us wisdom without judging our past. And will give us generously. He will give us generously by not asking you are a sinner or not a sinner. It's very generous to us. So today I will share some Philippians chapter 2, verse 10. By calling Jesus' name, all knees will bow. In the heaven, on the earth, beneath the earth, Biafra will be on. How powerful our Jesus name when you say yes, no one can say no. Biafra. Correct. I'm very excited to share with you from Hong Kong, China, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia. They already expressed interest to come in to help Biafra. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra will be strong. Biafra, Biafra will be strong. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Thank you, thank you. USB, USB will be strong. USB will be strong. Thank you, thank you. To build harbor, to upgrade harbor, to build a new one, to build the airport, to build the army camp, to build the police quarters. I have a word with our Minister of Defense just now. However, to build an army camp or police quarter, we have request. There must be a church tent, plus an office for our pastor. So because we need God to be there, once our Jesus Christ is there, everything is done. Right? So that is very powerful. So all on the plan, the harbors, the airports, army camp, police quarters, infrastructure, highway, is all under planning with the permission from God. If God say yes, USA, Biafra is there to bring in safety, to bring in prosperities, to bring in our God Jesus Christ. Amen. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Thank you. Thank you.
junction of the Congo.
What the Vibes.
Now I'm going to flow. How much of that?
Biafrans, thank you so much. I'm just going to go ahead on behalf of our Prime Minister, His Excellency, the Peace Ambassador, Bato Bie, Simon Ekpa, and our Honorable Leader Nnamdi Kanu. I'm happy for this day. This is our third day. We have our 40 states of the United States of Biafra. We already know that we've briefly mentioned that before. Some may be confused with the names. We had the list. Some don't have them, but we are going to go ahead. Okay. But we're going to go ahead. I think we'll do it the other time. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and mention the 40 states of the United States of Biafra with their capitals and the structure. So like somebody said, our Prime Minister has already established the structure of the United States of Biafra from beginning to end. He already got it. So anything happening now is just like after the fact, unless those are not truly following him. He already got all the structures. So in the United States of Biafra, we have 40 states. And each of these 40 states have their capitals. In each of the states, we have 15 counties, what we usually call the local government. So it's not going to be counties. That's what we call them. So 15 counties in one state. And each of these counties, we have 5 districts. And in each of these states of the district, we have 3 wards. So in a state, we have 225 wards. That is how all the states are set up in the United States of Biafra. So the first state in chronological order, we also have a map. We have a map of the whole United States of Biafra. The first state we have in Biafra is Aba State. The capital of Aba State is Aba. And Aba was carved out from the former Abia State. This is not the original map. No, we don't have to mention the counties. Yeah, Then let's go back to the first page. Just leave it on the first page. No, the other one. Go back to yes. Okay, it is just fine. Okay, so the second state we have is Adoka State. Adoka State, and the capital is Konshisha. Konshisha was carved out from the lower Benue. So when people start telling you that Biafra is only Igbos, these are people that do not know how ready we are. Yes, we have all parts of Biafra, all parts of old Nigeria in Biafra territory. So we have Adoka State as the second state with a capital in Konshisha, carved out from the lower Benue. The third state is Afamai Igodomi Godo State. The capital is Auchi. Yes. Carved out from the former Edo State. And we have our members here. The next state is Ahoda. The capital is Ahoda, carved out from Old River State. The next state is Abakip Oro State. Abakip Oro, the capital is Oron, carved out from the old Akwa Ibom State. We have Alansa State. Alonso. The capital is in Nsukka, carved out from the old Enugu state. We have Aludo. The capital of Aludo is Abasinunu, carved out from the old Abia state. Then we have Anioma state. Capital of Anioma is Asaba, carved out from the old Delta state. We have Branham state. Capital is Wabisa, carved out from the old Bayelsa state. We have Calabar state. The capital is Calabar state, carved out from the old Cross River state. We have Ebonyi state. Capital is Abakaliki, carved out from the old Ebonyi state. We have Ebube, the FCT, the capital. We're not calling it FCT because we don't want to go that way. And the capital is Ebube. Ebube is the headquarters of the United States of Biafra. We have Edda State. Edda. The capital is Ekoli, carved out from the old Ebonyi state. We have Enugu State. Capital is Enugu, carved out from the old Enugu state. We have Epie State. Epie capital is Yenagoa, carved out from the old Bayelsa state. We have Esan Igodomigodo. Capital is Ekpoma, carved out from the old Edo state. We have Ezani state. Capital is Ugwocha, carved out from the old Enugu state. We have Iden Igodomigodo. Capital is Ehor, carved out from old Edo state. We have Idung Ibon. Idung Ibon, the capital of Idung Ibon is Uyo, carved out from the old Akwa Ibom state. We have Igala state. Capital is Eba. Eba, carved out from the old Kogi state. We have Ibani state. Capital is Boni, carved out from the old Bayelsa state. We have Ika state. Capital Ibodo, carved out from the old Delta state. We have Ikemba state. Ikemba. Ikemba. Capital is Oka, carved out from the old Anambra state. We have Ikom state. Capital is Obubra, carved out from the old Cross River state. We have Ekwumesia state. Capital is Umuahia. Umuahia, carved out from the old Abia state. We have Itai Anan, carved out from, the capital is Ikotek, Bane. From the old Akwa Ibom states. We have Iwe state. Capital is Koko, carved out from the old Delta state. We have Iwuroha state. Capital Iguacha, carved out from the old River state. We have Odumewu state. The capital of Adumewu state is Oga, carved out from the old Anambra state. We have Obuya state. Capital is Ogbia from the old Bayelsa state. We have Ogoja state. Capital is Obudu, carved out from the old Cross River state. We have Ohabuenyi state. Capital is Mbanato, carved out from the old Enugu state. We have Ahuku state. Capital is Ezambo, carved out from the old Ebonyi state. We have Okigwe state. Capital is Okigwe from the old Imo state. We have Omambala state. Capital is Onitsha. It's changed. Carved out from the old Anambra state. We have Olu state. The capital of Olu state is Akata, carved out from the old Imo state. We have Owerri state. Wow. Wow. The capital of Owerri state is Owerri. Carved out from the old Imo state. We have Kwa state. Capital is Eket from the old Akwa Ibom state. We have South Atlantic state. Capital is Sagbama from the old Bayelsa state. We have Urobo Isoko state. Capital is Ureli, carved out from the old Delta states. And I want to make one thing clear, as a new country, you all know it's a work in progress. So 1 or 2 states may have requested for change in capital, and Biafrans are going to be updated on that as soon as that happens. Thank you so much, Biafrans. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. The next on the agenda is securing the path to Biafra sovereignty, the role of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in building trust and alliances, to be presented by the Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and her team, Professor Dr. Which one, Seth? Or Professor called Doctor? Oh, join. Professor Dr. Joy Irobi and your team, please welcome to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Great Biafrans. Now that we have gotten our nation, what is the way forward? This now we do not want any mistakes. And for that reason, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we came together. We had a kind of think tank brainstorming group. And the whole mission was, how do we move forward? We already envisaged having our nation. Now the task is, how do we make sure that the foreign policies, bilateral agreement, all the relationships that we need to foster within Europe, America, also within Africa, and back home, how do we make sure that we do all this without any mistakes? So we went to work. Now, there is a team, a think tank, Ministry of Foreign Affairs team that were tasked with how do we make sure that we do not make the mistakes that we made before and that we are able to represent United States of Biafra, policies, foreign affairs, everything that we need to make sure that we stand strong as a nation. So you will be hearing them speak briefly. But before we go there,
ụmụnne m unu ma na afta nwaanyị a kwuchiri anyị a ihe niile o kwuru ihe ya oge ekere edisivuo ya ya ọ gawakwa fallback afta ihe niile o kwuru ihe ya ama m unu na-ege ntị afta nwaanyị a kwuchiri anyị oge ekere edisivuo ya gawakwa fallback geenụ ya ntị.
I just want us to know that as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are open now to international recognition. We are open for business, politically, diplomatically, anyhow we are open. And so one of the tasks we have given ourselves is to make sure that we talk to governments, we make sure that we write letters to all the different organizations. We want to make sure that they know that Biafra is alive and well, and we know our rights. So it's been a lot of work trying to make sure that international communities, African Union, especially I also want to commend Honorable Adeze, who is doing a fantastic work, as you all can see, in the United States. Honorable Adeze, please, can you stand up, let them see you. So she has been doing a fantastic work, lobbying for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs within the United States. Without taking a lot of time, because there are really a team of 4 or 5 people that want to talk, they're going to give you a brief, a kind of flavor of what they have been doing. Remember that the whole goal is for us to build a nation that is happy, a nation that is prosperous, a nation that none of these things that have happened before is going to happen to us again. So without taking much time, I would like to invite Honorable Obi to come up and give us a brief synopsis of what she has been doing in her own part to make sure that United States of Biafra is on the map. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Biafrans and friends of Biafrans. I am here again to introduce to you the MFA organogram. Today, I am honored to present the framework of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a ministry that embodies the vision and strategy of Biafra on the global stage. This organogram, This organogram is more than a chart. It is a reflection of how we operate with purpose and precision to serve our people worldwide and strengthen our relationships with nations globally. The purpose of the organogram. This organogram outlines a ministry built for efficiency, collaboration, and global engagement. It ensures that every arm of the ministry works in synergy to amplify our diplomatic reach, protect our citizens, and protect Biafra as a sovereign nation committed to peace and progress. These are the strategic leaders of the ministry. Here we have the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who serves as the chief diplomat and policy architect, who represent Biafra internationally and shaping the nation's foreign policy vision. And we have the permanent secretary, who oversees the ministry's daily operations, ensuring policies are executed efficiently and the ministry's goals are met with precision. And then we have the Director General for Political Affairs, who focuses on strategic diplomatic initiatives, managing relationships with foreign governments and international organizations to advance Biafran's interests. Together, they guide and coordinate the ministry's vision, ensuring seamless execution of Biafra's global diplomatic strategy. So we have the regional departments. Departments responsible for Africa, Asia, Europe, Oceania, the Middle East, and the Americas. Each regional department ensures that our diplomacy is tailored and effective, addressing the unique challenges and opportunities in every region where Biafra has a presence. This is the country head of diplomatic affairs. So the country head of diplomatic affairs are those that will serve as our ambassadors. Here we have our specialized departments and units: trade and economic affairs. We have public diplomacy, security policy, and international law and human rights. And these are the complete departments of ministry under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the full organogram of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Like I said, this organogram is not just a chart. The structure is not static. It is dynamic, just like the Biafran spirit. It is designed to grow with our nation, adapt to challenges, and lead us toward global recognition and prosperity. It is a promise to govern with integrity, to serve with dedication. Together, this ministry will ensure that Biafra's light shines brightly on the world stage. I thank you so much.
Agriculture organizations, and last but not the least, some human rights and justice organizations. As a new nation, we know Biafra is not going to be an island, even though, like our brother from Amazonia said, we have to help ourselves, we are on our own, but we still need to work with other nations. We need to have bilateral and multilateral diplomatic relations with other nations, and also work with other organizations. So first, the United Nations. We all know about the United Nations, so I will not give a lecture about that. The United Nations aims to maintain international peace and security, promote sustainable development, protect human rights, uphold international law, and coordinate efforts in addressing global challenges. The UN also provides a platform for cooperation on international issues and offers various programs focused on development. For example, the UNDP, we have in education, we have UNESCO, in health, we have the WHO. These aspects will be prioritized in Biafra. Other organizations include the World Trade Organization and its agreements. This encompasses a variety of international treaties and agreements that govern trade between its member nations. It also, these member nations aim to foster a more open and equitable global trading system, reduce risk of trade conflicts, and promote economic growth. Another organization that we can work with and we aim to work with is the International Chamber of Commerce, a global organization that represents businesses and promotes international trade and investments. It was founded in 1919, and its mission is to advocate for open markets and responsible business practices alongside facilitating trade and investment. The next would be the International Organization for Migration. This is very, very important for Biafra, actually, because as a new nation, we would know, as an amazing nation Biafra would be, so many people would hope to reside in Biafra, but we have to control our borders. They would not be porous. Yes. So this organization is an intergovernmental organization that provides services and advice concerning migration to governments and migrants alike. It was established in 1951. It works to promote humane and orderly migration for the benefit of all, ensuring that migration is safe, regular, and dignified. They do not have that in Nigeria, but Nigeria is history to us now, thankfully. The next will be the World Intellectual Property Organization, and this is very, very important for Biafrans, and I'll get to that in a minute. This is a specialized agency of the United Nations that focuses on promoting intellectual property protection globally. It was established in 1967 and aims to encourage creativity and innovation by providing a framework for development of international laws. or international property laws and treaties. As we all know, Biafra continues to produce geniuses, and we need to protect them. In many cases, their talents, intellectual property, etc., have either been buried or bastardized by Nigeria. Never again is now. If that does not happen, another thing that we suffer is that these talents have been harnessed, what we call the brain drain, by nations, companies, or corporations all over the world who know the worth of Biafrans. And that is why so many of us are here thriving in these nations, but we are taking our talents back home to develop our nation. Thank you. We also have food and agriculture organizations. Their works encompass a broad range of issues, including improving food security, promoting sustainable agriculture, and tackling hunger, and also malnutrition. The Food and Agriculture Organization, for example, is one organ of the United Nations or an organization under the United Nations. That is a very good example that we hope to work with. Last but not the least, we have human rights and justice organizations. I can give a lecture about human rights and justice that you cannot find in Nigeria, but that is an issue for another time. Several international organizations focus on human rights and justice. For example, we have the United Nations. As we are aware, on the 7th of November 2024, His Excellency Prime Minister Simon Ekpa announced that Biafra, or the Biafra government, would assent to or ratify all the United Nations human rights treaties. Thank you for that, His Excellency. The people love you. Yeah. Yes, we also have the African Union, although we are a bit skeptical about the African Union, but the African Union also promotes human rights and democracy. Yeah, I understand, it's okay. It's okay. Or the African Union aims, or like they say, they promote international rights, human rights and democracy, even though they rejected our case, against Nigeria, but we are still working on it. Another prominent organization, we have Amnesty International. And I want to urge every one of us here, do some research. You can go to the Amnesty International archives, if you have the stomach for it, and see what Biafrans have suffered, in addition to what we've been suffering. You would know that when we talk about the systematic genocide against us, we are not just talking out of ignorance. Yes, there's been a systematic genocide against the great people of Biafra, but like we say, never again. Thank you. Yeah, there are so many other organizations. So in addition to all these organizations, we will prioritize working with Biafrans all over the world who are willing to invest and contribute towards the development of our new nation, because like we all know, many are yearning and willing to bring their resources and expertise back home to a safe and sane society and join hands with our government to move our nation forward. In conclusion, thank you. In conclusion, whatever agreements we would go into, both national and international, would always be in the best interest of Biafrans. In other words, we would focus on agreements that would be beneficial for Biafra as a nation and our citizens. To that extent, we would need our best brains and hands. Patriotic Biafrans. We would need them in the fields of international relations, diplomacy, and other relevant fields to represent us at all these levels. The list above, or the list that I just talked about now, are definitely not exhaustive, but because there are so many organizations that we would work with for mutual benefits. However, our foreign policy, or how we use different strategies to guide our relationship with other countries and international organizations would always be based on our principle, Biafra first. Thank you so much. God bless the United States of Biafra, our beautiful confederation. Thank you.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
Thank you, Honorable.
All hail Biafra. It is with profound honor and humility that I stand before you today on this momentous occasion, a gathering of unity, purpose, and a shared vision for the future of our beloved country, Biafra. We are privileged to be joined by such an esteemed assembly of leaders and advocates, including our Prime Minister, whose unwavering commitment to the sovereignty and prosperity of our nation inspires us all. I am here today to present to you some of the treaties that Biafra journey is rooted upon. I call what I'm going to present Biafra journey and international treaties a journey of freedom, a lesson from the past. Oh. This is a lesson from the past. Biafra's 1967 declaration faced immense challenges, including diplomatic isolation and limited international support, resulting in a protracted, painful genocide. Today, we take a different approach, which all of us here can testify today. Aligning our efforts with international treaties and principles, such as the UN Charter on Self-Determination. This presentation highlights how these legal frameworks provide a legitimate path for our aspirations, ensuring our cause is advanced with precision and legal backing. Among these critical legal instruments are the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties, United Nations Charter, and other compelling international treaties. And you may ask, what is this Vienna Convention of Law of Treaties? It was adopted in 1969 and put into force in 1980, drafted by the United Nations International Law Commission, ILC. It is a cornerstone of international law, serving as a legal framework that ensures consistency, fairness, and accountability in international relations, making it a vital tool for liberation movements. I won't call it movement now, like Biafra, but however, I used it here, to navigate the complexities of global diplomacy and secure lawful recognition under international norms.
One of the core principles of this Vienna Convention is a Latin phrase, pacta sunt servanda, which means agreement must be kept. And this is to ensure that states are obligated to honor the treaties they assign. And we as Biafrans, we are confident that the UN and other international bodies will stick with this agreement. They must keep their agreement. Pacta sunt servanda. You may ask again, how are these treaties going to benefit us? First of all, we are assured of legal certainty. Ensured Biafra sovereignty is respected under international law. Also, international standing signals Biafra's readiness to comply with global norms. Strengthens Biafra claims for independence at the UN and other forums. Protection from exploitation that prevents unequal treaties that could undermine the new nation's sovereignty, new nation Biafra. Another one is dispute resolution. This provides mechanisms for resolving disputes arising from treaties without resorting to conflict. For example, Biafra could use VCLT provisions to fund defense or trade alliances critical for economic and political stability during and after our liberation. And what can UN offer us? First of all, Article 2 guarantees the equality of all nations, including emerging states like Biafra. Article 1 provides for people's rights to determination, their political status, and pursue development freely. Also, putting mechanisms to mediate dispute between Nigeria and other stakeholders. Benefits to our liberation. It will provide a legal foundation for presenting Biafra's case to the UN General Assembly and Security Council. It will also support for diplomatic efforts to build international coalitions back in Biafra. It will protect us under UN mechanisms if Nigeria violates Biafra's right during liberation process. A case is an example of that of South Sudan, who used the UN to get their independence. And how is this relevant to us? We have other international treaties that are beneficial to us. We have Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, of 1948. It provides a universal framework for asserting human rights abuses by opposing parties, builds global sympathy by allowing Biafra with universal ideals of freedom, equality, and dignity. Other key articles that are beneficial to Biafra liberation. Article 3, rights to life, liberty, and security of person. Biafra can highlight violations such as extrajudicial killings and repression. Article 19, that's of freedom of expression, supports the movement's ability to organize and communicate its cause. Article 20 has the right to peaceful assembly and association, which you know, when our people in the past have tried to assemble together, they were killed. So we leverage on these articles now to state our course. Another one is the Convention on the Rights of the Children, CRC 1989. This highlights the plight of children during conflicts, including use of child soldiers, displacement and denial of education, which is very common now in our nation. You all can testify. Malnutrition. Former nation, thank you. Former nation. And then malnutrition and healthcare crisis. But this time, in a new nation, we are going to surprise the world, not just Nigeria, but the whole world. Benefit Coast Biafra liberation. I'm sorry, my tongue is so. Access to international aid. Treaties like the CRC attract humanitarian funding and technical support for child welfare. Prioritizing child's rights strengthens the foundation of a prosperous future generation. Global support, such as the NGOs, advocate for nations allied with CRC principles. We could use CRC provisions. Biafra can hold Nigeria accountable for harm to children in the conflict and seek reparations. And that is the importance of these treaties we are pointing out today. And we are going to follow them to the letter. This is not 1967 this is not 1967 when Nigeria used the territorial integrity to cage us. Not this time. The same international treaty that tells us about territorial integrity is the same treaty that tells us about human rights, justice, and self-determination. The last speech. Post-liberation advantages. This is talking about there are so many treaties I would like to talk about today, but we don't have the time. So we're just going to summarize now. So the summary: benefits of liberation, international recognition, aligning with treaties ensures Biafra gains legitimacy in global forums. Human rights advocacy. Treaties provide a platform for exposing violations and seeking justice. CRC and CEDAW strengthen the foundations of an inclusive and equitable society. Thank you. In summary, Biafra's struggle for independence is deeply tied to international legal principles. Challenges, though, remain, but global awareness and legal frameworks offer hope. Freedom is not a gift bestowed by others. It is a right claimed by those who dare to rise. All hail Biafra.
ụmụnne m, ana m asị Chukwu gozie unu ka ọ bụla onye si ya zelo. Anyị ga-esi mụdị ya here. Anyị ga-esi mụdị ya. Thank you so much. Anyị na-eme ka ọ dị mma. Anyị nọ in the time of celebration our independence. So in the evening, anyị ga-abịakwa ọzọ ka anyị mekwe ka anyị si eme. I love you all. Ka emesịa m. Thank you so much. Bye bye unu. Bye bye unu ụmụ Chineke. Chukwu gozie unu. In the evening ka anyị bịa mepidekwe again.